day. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Thomas. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Leighton Vander Esch on the tackle.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into
rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Jack with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Whoosh. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 31. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Complete.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Cleveland.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Thomas, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
8-yard gain. And the Browns first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look at Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
A loss of 9 yards.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Another try after the first down sack. Thomas finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Thomas. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Thomas. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Here's Thomas on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
A loss of 4 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks as always. One half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Chicago Bears. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And able to get this out to the 25.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. You're right there with me.
This is Chenault on the receiving end. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Yeah, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A run for Nick Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Thomas got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. so tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
2nd and 15. Connection made with Chenault. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 50 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jackson.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Thomas. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC championship. It's a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, A lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Landry, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play. Thomas back to the air on 2nd down.
Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down. Hard to believe his 1st catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The rookie was trying to push him downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the cornerback that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A good running there by Kamara on 1st down as he takes us ahead for a gain of 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and goal from the 1. Kamara trying again. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. And it is now 21-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
Josh Lambo to kick off for.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the Browns getting set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Thomas. And finding the tight end Hooper.
Thomas's pass.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. They'll set up to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Alvin Kamara, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And he comes back with one complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.